I'm back in an airport and yeah, going on a really nice trip. Next stop, Tel Aviv, Israel, and final destination, Jerusalem. I've landed in Israel, in Tel Aviv. I'm now with a taxi driver, Benny. He's driving me to Jerusalem. And yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm super excited. It'll be amazing. Yeah, and once I arrived in Jerusalem, I had a dinner with Ilan Britan and her husband at their flat overlooking whole of Jerusalem. Look how beautiful that is. After dinner, I was brought to Mishkenot, and yeah, it wouldn't be me just to go to bed right at that moment. So what did I do? First checked out the area, and then I went into Jerusalem Old Town. As it was evening, I quite enjoyed. There were not so many people around, so I could just walk and just take everything in how it was. Here I'm at the Western Wall, and it's quite impressive, that big venue to look at and just see it's so empty. And then I continued walking for a bit until I was then also tired and went to bed and to get ready for the next day. What is bringing me here to Israel? I thought long and hard why, because I'm not Jewish, I'm not Arabic, I have no ties like that. But I guess the sport unifies in general, and somehow through social media and nowadays this is a very important thing. I have a voice, or I could create the voice for myself, and it attracts people and people listening to what I say, what I have to say, especially about swimming, but also about my life choices. And I think that is the unifying point between the Jerusalem Foundation and also the reason why I'm here. And I usually compare it to the cause of why the Jerusalem Foundation is here and why I am here and why all this is happening here is I saw it from another person in politics, and it was Nelson Mandela back in the days when he brought everyone around the table, and he brought them around the table with sport or through sport. It was a unifying moment in history of that country, and I think there are similarities to what is happening here. And if I can be, or if my voice can help that cause, why not? So let's start today and go for a quick run. Beautiful weather outside already. Yeah, let's go. Here I am again. Started my running this morning, and now I'm on my way to Jerusalem Old Town and go and see all these historic places here. And yeah. I got up very early to be able to be one of the first to go on the Temple Mount. It was very impressive to see this old site and very historic site I've never seen before. It was very nice, very special, and I was lucky I could see it like this. After that, I explored the city a bit more, saw the tomb of Jesus Christ, where he resurrected, and yeah, a bit the surroundings. Well, after I explored the whole city, I walked from each gate. I took a final look at Jerusalem from the Tower of David. Here you see it well. In the far, where I zoom in, you see Bethlehem, Temple Mount and the rest of it. And here, that's me. After my little trip to the city, I was able to see Runners Without Borders. I met with Hess and two of his runners. I got a bit of a reality check, what it means to unify people with sport in Jerusalem. It is a bit like playing three-dimensional chess with different religions, cultures, but I will go more into detail in a future video. Now I get to the fun part, time to swim.
What do you want to achieve today? What are we going to see today?
Well, they have their own settings. They go and train on their own. I mean, I'm an external person to come in. What I want to see is, also want to find out is why they love swimming and why they come here. And if I see something to make them faster, why not? And give a tip or two to do that. And maybe I will enjoy and jump into the water as well myself to get some Jerusalem water feelings as well. And yes, then it was time to meet the swim team. It was amazing to meet so many young and ambitious athletes. There were triathletes, there were swimmers, some compete already on an international level, some are about to compete on an international level, but it was just amazing to see all them. They are full of life and ready to do whatever they need to do. It was amazing for me especially to see that team, and it brought back really, really good memories from my past, from my team back in the days. So yeah, it was already a very, very good start to the swim session. Well, after a bit of chit chat and talking about swimming and expertise on swimming and stuff like that pre-session, it was time to jump into the water for most of them, or for all of them, me a bit later, and do their session. One thing which was really impressive for me was that the coach wasn't there, but all of them knew what to do. They got their training and they did it by themselves. Everyone. And yeah, and at some point it was also time for me to jump in with these youngsters. Again, I'm also young, but they are at least 17 years old, younger than me. And I tried to keep up as well as I could, and I think I did a pretty good job. And I just enjoyed being a part of this team for this time. After the session, I had the chance to give a bit of my expertise to some of the swimmers. And here we talk about the high elbow catch and my theory on sprinting and what to do. And I guess I have my views and they need to see what they can use for themselves, but they did. And it was so amazing for me to speak to these young and ambitious, I need to say it again, swimmers, and see so much life and so much energy in them. And I see myself in it. And that brought back amazing memories to me. In the evening, there was a little spectacle in the Tower of David, which was really, really nice. And if you ever get to Jerusalem, I can only recommend it. It's a little light spectacle in the Tower of David, as said. It was really nice. And and the first full day was done. Day 2, second full day in Jerusalem. Let's see what the day holds dear for me today. It was an amazing day yesterday. Got a bit burnt, must be honest, but hey ho, that's it with my skin. But will be a fun day today. The next day, day 2, started with cycling. Well, I was brought to various places. Here we are in a road safety center for young children, which was built by the Jerusalem Foundation, as many other places which are built by the Jerusalem Foundation or maintained by the Jerusalem Foundation, and which I think do a great and important part to the whole society down there and the community itself. Here we are in the hand-in-hand school, which is again supported and financed a lot through the Jerusalem Foundation. And last but not least, I was able to go to the headquarters of the Jerusalem Foundation. and meet some other people there. After a busy morning, it was time to see another project similar to Runners Without Borders. It is called Equalizer, and it's actually playing football. And again, different cultures, different religions. But here, one sentence, one quote which stuck was, "It does not matter who you are, it matters that you care and that you listen and you just play with them." Well, and I did play. Well, I'm no Ronaldo, but it was still a lot of fun. Well, I'm back at the pool. Who would have thought? Time to swim, I guess. Well, yeah, and here I was again, at the pool with the swim team of Jerusalem. This time I had the chance to speak to the swimmers individually. Why they swim and what are their goals. But this I will cover in a future video. And stay tuned for that. Here, this is Mano, their coach. Again, as said earlier, very impressive man. He has his team lined up. They do what he says, even when he's not there. And for me, that is a really good coach. As it was my last day in Jerusalem, the last day or the last time with the team, we also had time for some pictures. And a selfie. Actually, this is what I call a selfie. Well, yeah. And then the swimmers had to go back to their session. And I had the chance to look at them from the outside, talk a bit more to Manu, and just see what they do and how they swim and how they enjoy their life. Again, it is a very impressive and inspiring team they have built there. Again, different cultures, different religion, and different views. But you know what? There is one goal: sport, swimming. Compete in big competitions, world championships, European championships, Olympic Games. And I'm sure they will do it. They will make it. They will be successful. And yeah, to round it all up, the president of the Jerusalem Foundation took some of the team and me to a really, really nice dinner. What is special about Jerusalem, or what I felt when I visited Jerusalem today? Well, there is two components. One is I compare it to Rome or what happens in other historic places. Jerusalem takes a lot of care of their sites. I mean, a lot of things were destroyed. They rebuilt it. They rebuilt it to survive and to survive for a long time. That is the one part. And the other part is for me. I mean, I went to history class too. I did my own research. I know what some sort of happened in the world in that time or before. And now to be here and see this very historic site is, I don't know, I'm overwhelmed with joy to a certain extent, and also interest to see where people have walked many, many years ago, thousands of years ago, which you would be able to see in other countries, let's say Rome as an example, but you can't see it anymore because they tell you here was a building once before. Now it's not there anymore. But if I go to Jerusalem and I walked in there, they said, here is a tomb here was the tomb where he resurrected Jesus Christ, and here is this Temple Mountain. It's still here and it's rebuilt. Or the Tower of David, it was rebuilt. And this is fascinating to me. And it was not rebuilt just recently, it was rebuilt many, many years ago, and maintained. So it survived for years. And this is why I like Jerusalem in this short time already a lot.
Day 3 in Israel. Last 2 days I was in Jerusalem. Had an amazing time. Had amazing people. Visited amazing spots. And now in Tel Aviv. And explore that city bit.
As I'm not as knowledgeable as my tour guide on the tour through Jaffa and Tel Aviv, I let the video speak for itself. Just enjoy the pictures and the views and the sights. And down in the captions,
I will put his name, and if you've ever been in Tel Aviv or in Israel itself, yeah, ping him, and he will take you on a journey through this amazing, amazing cities.
So, have some time, and while I wait, I wanted to use this time to quickly, first of all, say I loved my trip to Israel. It was amazing. I met great people. I heard a lot of great stories and saw amazing spots of Israel and Tel Aviv, and I will definitely be back. And for now, I will listen to a podcast called Israel Story. I met the host yesterday. His name is Mishi, and yeah, he has some interesting stories to tell, and I want to hear more about it. So maybe also you want to tune in. After this video, we'll see a picture of him, and then I link his podcast to it, so you can listen too. For now, it was it, and yeah, until next time.
That was it. For more, follow, like, and share. I hope you liked it. Bye, guys.